Blog Talk Radio. You are live at the Literary Lounge with your host, Destinee D, bringing you the newest and the brightest of the literary world right to your ear hole. Every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in, listen up, and learn something. This is the spot for new hot authors who are given the opportunity to shine. Each Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will showcase a new author here at the Literary Lounge. We are taking out the time to give all of our literary friends an opportunity to showcase their work. The New Author Spotlight is a platform that allows us to ask up to 10 questions or more to give you, the audience, the most in-depth current information about each writer in their literary piece. We will have a new guest every week. Stay tuned. Hey, it's your girl, Destinee D, live on WTLR Radio. And today's date is December 29th, 2018, and you are live at the Literary Lounge. All right, guys. So today's special guest that we have for today is none other than Julian Ferguson. I know we've had him one time before, at least, but I believe that's when we first started out. So what I wanted to do was give him another opportunity to come live on the radio to actually do his interview with us today. So just to let you know a little bit about him, he is the author of the new book, Two Faces, and it was published by GrahamR Writings, LLC. However, we want to get some more information about him, his book, and also how to contact him and anything that he has coming up into the new year. So let's see if he's on the air. Hello.
Hello, I'm here.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing all right. I'm blessed. I woke up this morning. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for being on the show today. I wanted to dig in a little bit in your book and also give you an opportunity to let everyone know who exactly is Julian Ferguson. So if you'd like to do a formal introduction, you can do so at this time.
Yes, my name is Julian Ferguson, and as you know, I am the author of the new book that has been released by GrahamR Writing Series, LLC, Two Faces, the saga, which is the first of many in a saga that's coming out continuing. I am currently doing time in the state of South Carolina Departments of Corrections, and by me doing this is showing the people on the outside world that even though we made ill choices out there, that we can do things productively back here and show that we do learn from our mistakes that we have made and do something positive at the time that we are doing.
Right, and that's a blessing. And I do love the fact that you guys are taking the opportunity to do things that are positive. Writing is definitely a way to pass the time, and it's also a way to get those creative juices flowing, and it allows you to take everything that's in your mind and put it down on paper. So we thank you for doing that. So can you tell us a little bit how you started your writing career?
I started. Well, first of all, I've always been a reader of books. I love to read, and just by me being a reader of a book, I tried for myself just to see if it was possible for me to even write a story out for myself. And I felt out in doing it that I had a knack for doing it, and people actually enjoy the things that I have wrote in the past. So I decided to give it a shot when I came across the founder of GrahamR Writing Series, who was back here with me, Robert Graham Jr., and we went from there. You know, everything else is history in the making when it comes to that.
Okay, so can you tell us just a little bit about your book?
Okay, yes, Two Faces, the saga. It is pretty much it's not an urban novel for those that are a reader of urban fiction books. It is about relatable characters that you will be able to relate to. And it's pretty much, in a sense, it's giving life lessons, things that happen within the streets when you make ill choices, and things that go positive for you, make positive choices out there. You have a mixed cauldron of characters within the book that when you read them, some of them you'll fall in love with, some of them you will not like too much, but you'll be able to relate to them because you have either seen or been around these type of individuals, whether it's in an urban setting or in a suburban setting, because the book takes place in both settings, in urban setting and within the suburban setting, that go through different trials that they have to overcome, and they intertwine with each other within the book.
Okay, and I believe that I had some kind of connection with this book in some form or fashion. Did I do the editing?
Yes, you did the editing to the book.
Okay, because I was very familiar with the book. It was a very, very interesting book, by the way, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it had me guessing, like, throughout the whole entire book. I do not want to give anything away. I encourage anybody who is listening or tuning in to take out the opportunity to actually read it, because it's like you have no clue that any of these people are intertwined, or until it's like at the end. So, you know, I encourage everyone to read the book. It is definitely a good read. So
yes,
when it came down to the book, how long did it take you to actually write it?
Well, that first book in particular, maybe in 2 months or so, 2-3 months, the max. Because, well, you know, when I put my mind to something, I usually sit down and I do it. And, you know, most of the things that are in the book is pretty much things I've either seen through my life or heard people talk about from their lives. And so it was easy for me to come up with the storyline and the concept. Now, when it came to the diversity of the characters, that came from me interacting with people from both sides of the track, in the urban lifestyle and in the suburban lifestyle, to be able to pinpoint certain qualities that they portray, how they do things in that life that they choose to live in. So I have a very active imagination, so it really didn't take too long for me to come up with it.
Good, that's good. I mean, I'm actually kind of shocked that you were able to get all of that out in less than 3 months. That definitely shows that you can definitely write. So do you have any more that's attached to this book? Is there a part 2 in the works, or how is all of that coming along?
Yes, it's going to be 6 more books to this saga. I am currently in the process of editing and writing the second book to the saga. And I have two more that I already have in this rough draft form. So it's coming along pretty well as far as the solid goes. And like I said, it's an interesting story. It gives the characters growth throughout these books. You will have more twists and turns within the books. You will see things that you never expected to see or never thought was part of the story. You'll see characters in there that will intrigue you. So it's the main thing is real. It's not something that's so far-fetched that when you read it, you're like, oh, man, people don't do that stuff in real life. It's more, yeah, I can see that happening, yeah, and I can see the outcome coming out from that.
Oh, okay. Now let me ask you this. Was any part of the book real or was it all fictitious?
Certain parts of the book, when dealing with certain issues, they are personal. I actually went through it myself, so that's why I'm able to write it in great detail when it comes to dealing with certain parts of the book. For example, when it came to dealing with different women. Growing up, I have been surrounded by women from all aspects of life. So I was able to learn and pick up the characteristics and the qualities of these different women, and men as well. So when I was able to write the accuracy of these characters and singling out their quality that they have came kind of natural.
All right. So let me ask you one other question. When it came to this book, what prompted you to go into that particular mindset of a book? Like, what made you write it?
Well, like I said, I've always read, been an avid reader, and when it came to the urban genre, it seems like every book that I ever picked up from it, it was the same storyline, just different location. It was always showing negative aspects of living the urban lifestyle. It was always showing the downside of the urban lifestyle. It never showed you that you had positivity in urban settings, and you had good people that wanted to see you do good, who reached out to you, that tried to do things to help you. And this is something that I wanted to point out too, that you do have good people that live within these settings that do reach out to the youth and try to help people within these settings, which you will see within the first book. You will see some of this stuff go on. But as I said, these characters, they grow, and they have to let go of certain negative aspects of the urban life that they came up around in order to grow into a positive role model and structure. So this is what I want to show, that within these series of books, that you can be somebody, you can achieve, and if you do make mistakes, you learn from them and you can grow from them.
All right. And with that being said, I would like to give us the opportunity to take a small, short break, and we will come right back with more questioning with Mr. Julian Ferguson. Okay, hold on the line for me. You are live at the Literary Lounge with your host, Destinee D, bringing you the newest and the brightest of the literary world, right to your ear hole. Every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in, listen up, and learn something. All right, and hi everybody. This is your girl Destinee D, and we are knee deep into episode 32. And you are listening to the Literary Lounge live on WTLR Radio. Today's date is December 29th, 2018, and we have a young man by the name of Julian Ferguson on the line. We've just been discussing his new release, the book Two Faces. Is published by GrahamR Writings LLC, and we are trying to get some more information from him in reference to his book, also his writing style, also a little bit about how you can find his book for purchase. So we're going to go a little bit deeper into this interview, guys. Okay, let's see if he's still on the air. All right, Julian, are you there?
Yes, I'm still here with you.
Okay, great. So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about your book. This is pretty much like a candid part where you give us like your most emotional part. I guess it would be like, what part had you to the point to where you just couldn't stop writing until that actual scene was completed?
Well, for me, what really kept me writing these books was to teach and to show the people that read these books who are experiencing some of the things that the other people are experiencing in these books, that there is a way out besides the way that most of us have taken in the past. There are more positive solutions out there that can be taken to get out of the situations that we're in. Because most of us, and myself included, we didn't have the positive structure that was needed to help us. We either came from single-parent homes or, we came from environments that were not conducive to our mental stability. And, we just pretty much emulated the things that we seen or was sucked in and deeper within to the street life by the people that were around us, whether they're older or whether they were on the same age level that we were, because we were looking for some kind of comfort and solace that we wasn't seeking elsewhere. So this is, for me, writing these books, this is something that you show that the youth who have been through what I go through. I have children myself, so this is something that can teach them as well as when I talk to them about this thing as well too, how to not be trapped into the same traps that ensnared most of us to either end up back here or the worst possibility ended up in the graveyard. So this, for me, is something to help educate those in a language that they can understand.
Okay. So when it comes to the book as an overall thing, let me ask you, which character do you find yourself being the most like and why?
The most like? I see it's like almost like a Dr. Heckle and Mr. Hyde of that one. Because Calvin is crazy. A little bit of myself is in both of them. Based on the life that I lived when I was out there. It wasn't all negative. It had some of their positive points to it too. So it was something that I was able to put into the character, like I said, and to show the pros and cons of decision making. So those two characters, I was able to put great emphasis into when it came to their personalities, because some of the personalities that they had been starting out, and as you will see when as the storyline continues, it's all about growth, and it'll be a part of my growth that you will see within those characters as well.
Okay. So, just a little bit of background about the book. When did it actually release? Do you remember when it released?
Not right offhand. It came out last year. I don't remember quite the release date. I'll have to look it up and find out. I don't remember quite the release date, but it's been out for at least 6 to 8 months at least. And
okay,
I've been getting positive feedback from the book. Of course, they was talking about some of the characters, some of them they couldn't stand, and some of them that they fell in love with, and some of the people that I've had correspondence with in speaking about the characters, like, okay, that's me, or when's the second book coming out. So I've had positive criticism when it came to the book. So that within itself, kind of made me feel good about it, that, people were able to relate. And one thing in common, they always said that they were able to relate to the book. So that is something that I was pushing for the readers to be able to relate to the characters within the book.
Okay. So where can we actually find your books available?
You can find Today's Saga on Amazon, Google Play, and Barnes & Noble.
And how much is the actual book going for right now?
On Amazon and Barnes & Noble is $19.99, and I believe on Google Play it's like $7.40 something, almost close to $8 on Google Play.
Oh, okay. Did you have any thoughts of possibly turning it into an audiobook, maybe?
Yes, matter of fact, that's funny that you asked that, because one of the readers had asked me about that themselves, about getting the book into an autoplay, and that's something that I have to discuss with the publishers, because the reason is that most people, they like to listen to book while they're driving or taking trips or something like that, or relaxing. They like to listen to books because they have all the extra sound and stuff in the background, and almost like listening to a movie per se.
Oh, okay. Good. I'm glad that you're actually venturing out and trying to put that together. So do you have any idea when we could expect something like that, or is that just something that needs to be panned out?
Right. Right now, it has to be a thought process that needs to be panned out. That is something that, like I said, will be explored. And if it is, it'll be posted on the website of GrahamR Writing Series, so that it be known that it will be released if that is something that is able to be brought into fruition.
Okay. Do we have anything else that you have coming out in the near future that we should know about?
Yes, I'm also be working on my espionage book, which is called Project Pandora, and I have written the outline for an urban romance as well. I haven't thought the name up for it yet, but these are the projects that I'm working on besides the one I am doing now. So it gives me something to do, staying busy, being creative, and getting feedback from the people I might bounce ideas off of when it comes to writing the book. And as well, I've had ideas given to me for the next few books within the Two-Faced Saga that people would like to see happen. So I take that into consideration as well.
All right. So with that being said, we want to take one more quick break, and we'll be right back. So hold on the air, okay? This is the spot for new hot authors who are given the opportunity to shine. Each Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will showcase a new author here at the Literary Lounge. We are taking out the time to give all of our literary friends an opportunity to showcase their work. The New Author Spotlight is a platform that allows us to ask up to 10 questions or more to give you, the audience, the most in-depth current information about each writer in their literary piece. We will have a new guest every week. Stay tuned. All right, guys, and we are back, and we are live, and this is your girl, Destinee D, and we are at the Literary Lounge. And we are knee-deep into episode 32, and today's date is December 29, 2018, and we have a young man by the name of Julian Ferguson on the line, and we're talking about his new book. We're also talking about how he began writing and all of that good stuff. So we wanted to take an opportunity to give him a chance to let everybody know about all the things he got going on right now, and we're looking forward to hearing more from him in the near future. So you guys, let's see if he's still on the line. Julian, you still there?
Yes, I'm still with you.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the actual processing of the book. You said GrahamR Writings did your publishing. How did that go?
Yes, they are the ones that are responsible for getting the book published. It was a slow process at first because they're a new company, but eventually it came out, and mine is one of many books that the company has published, and they're beginning good reviews with my book and several others on the company as well too. So I can't complain because this is a movement based on getting authors who are incarcerated published, where most publishing companies from the outside world wouldn't give most of us the chance to, because we don't have the outside support that most people in the outside world do have when it comes to getting books published.
Right. And you mentioned that you had a few more books that you wanted to release. Will you be going with them again?
I don't put the cart before the horse as of just yet. I always want to keep my options open. My mom always said that put all your eggs in one basket just in case things don't work out like you think they're supposed to. But as of right now, I am doing the first book with them. I might end up doing the second book with them as well too, based on how everything goes. Like I said, I like to keep my all my options open when it comes to production of the book.
Okay, and with the year coming to a close in just a couple of days, do you have anything that we should be looking out for in 2019?
Well, hopefully in 2019, the second book to the Two Faces saga, which is entitled Two Faces, Butterfly and Honey, will be out on the market for sale. Because, like I said, I had people pushing for me to hurry up and get this book out of here and on the market because they would really like to see what happened with certain characters within the book. So that is something that I am working on, in the process of working on now. And hopefully sometime within 2019, the second book, The Two Faces saga, will be out.
Okay, and you know what? You got my brain working a mile a minute right now because you mentioned butterfly and honey, and they were both in the first book. Starting to believe, is this the same kind of scenario where we have like some little fishy stuff going on?
Well, the second book is more based off of the dealings with these two women in particular, and deal with a certain character within the book. And for those who have read the book and those who haven't read the book, these two women have played two different pivotal roles into these characters within the book. I can tell you this much: Butterfly, which is Maria, she is involved with Calvin, and Miko, a.k.a. Honey, is involved with Fraser within the book. And this second book here is giving their point of view of how it is in dealing with these characters and what's going on in their life at that time in dealing with it. But it also has twists and turns within it as well to keep the storyline flowing, and things about these characters that were not previously known then, you will start to find out about now within the second book.
Right. So if you are listening into this interview, guys, you really, really, really need to grab the first initial copy so you can get a formal introduction of all four individuals. That way you be up on game when you read, because if you don't have part one under your belt, you will not understand the life of Crazy. You would not know how Honey is a ride or die. You would not know, who Maria is as far as what role she plays for Calvin. And it won't sink you until you have read it. So I really encourage everyone to grab a copy of his book and allow yourself to be caught up on game, so that way when Two Faces Part 2 comes out, you'll be ready to pick up where the first book leaves off, and you'll have a better understanding of what's going on. So with that being said, do you have any ways of contact as far as people getting excerpts or possibly following you? What kind of social media sites are you on right now?
Right now, I will usually post any excerpts on GrahamR writing series, LLC, their website, or I can be written to directly here at the prison, which is my name, Julian Ferguson, SCDC number 298672 Q3A 119, Perry Correctional Institution, 430 Oak Lawn Road, Pelzer, South Carolina 29669. These are two of the ways that I can correspond when it comes to getting information out there.
Okay. Do you have like a website or an email address that people can reach out to you from? Or is that in the works?
In the works, as far as me getting my email address set up, where I can have stuff directly sent to me. Once that is available, it'll be posted on the GrahamR Writing site too as well.
Okay, great. So, what would be your actual sales pitch to get people to buy your book?
Well, my actual sales pitch to get people interested in reading the book would be, if you are tired reading just your average run-of-the-mill urban novel. You want something new, something spicy, something that is going to have your imagination flowing, or something relatable, then this would be the book that you would want to pick up and start to read. Because this is something that I don't care who you are, what color you are, you will be able to relate to these characters in some form or fashion. This is something that I have taken thought process into doing, and like I said, it's something that is new. It's not your average. So if you want something that's not average, it's something that is new, that's going to spike your interest and make you think that you're watching a movie or a TV show, then this is the book that you would need to read.
All right. So if you have anybody that you would love to give a shout-out to, who would that be?
Oh, you already know the first queen of my life is my mother. I would have to give a shout-out to her, because without her, I would not be here.
All right. Well, go ahead and give your shout-out to your mama then.
You already know that Jennifer Ann Ferguson, you know that I love you. You are the light of my life. You have been with me through thick and thin, so I appreciate things that you have done for me, and I love you.
That is so sweet. And I hope and pray that she's able to where she can actually hear those words come from her son. And just to let her know, or to let you know, your radio interview will be available for playback anytime you see fit. I will be dropping the links on the Facebook page for the show. Also, it will be uploaded to YouTube on our YouTube channel. So if you do have internet access, you can look up the Transparency Library channel, and you'll be able to hear this interview, and you'll be also able to tell your mom, or to at least give her the link to where she can hear the entire interview. So that's awesome. If you have any closing statements or any words that you'd like to say, now is the time.
Repeat that one more time.
If you have anything that you'd like to say as far as like your closing statement, you can say so at this time.
Well, I appreciate you having me on the station for me to be able to propagate the book. That's much appreciated, and thank you for the opportunity. This is also just to let people in society know that even though we are back here, that we are striving to better ourselves, and we all have our own ways in making that goal come into fruition for betterment. And this just happens to be one of my ways in doing it by writing. And hopefully, by me writing these things, it will teach those who have been in similar situations as myself, or they have been going through them, that there are other ways of getting out besides this in a negative aspect.
Right. And I also encourage other people that are in situations similar to yours, who find themselves in a place to where there's no imminent sight of release. I really encourage them to take out the time to actually write, to preoccupy themselves with the opportunity to write. That's like the major part of our inmate outreach program, is to give you guys the opportunity who are incarcerated a chance to give away your talent. Not give away per se as freely, but to actually take time that would have been spent looking at the wall and placing it into an opportunity to write. You actually get an opportunity to make a difference in how you spend your time. And then for those who are not in the LIFER program, if you have the opportunity for parole, or you have the opportunity to get out, if you build your brand now, you'll have the opportunity to continue it once you're released. That's the main goal for the inmate outreach program, is to have an opportunity to continue your legacy once you are released, because we know that it's rather difficult for anyone who has been incarcerated to find work once they are released. Now, there was a stigmatism where at one time it was like you couldn't find a job and this, that, and the other. There are some companies who do hire people who were incarcerated. However, they will be working for somebody who's not willing to give them the type of pay that they're looking to achieve. So this is the opportunity that you would have to make the business your own, to actually become a writer and make money off of yourself, make money for yourself without having to answer to anybody, pushing a time clock, being at somebody's beck and call, doing jobs that you really don't have in your heart to do. But if you're passionate about writing, you have poems that's got dust on them, whip them bad boys out and get them to a publishing company like Transparency Library, because we love to have writers who really, really take the time to put those things together. We really like to give you guys the opportunity to make money for yourself, put money in your commissary, be able to pay for food when you don't want to go to the cafeteria, to be able to pay, money for your phone so that you can call home and check on your kids. I mean, that money would really, really help you, because it wasn't until like the first of this year that I even found out that inmates actually had to pay every day that they were incarcerated. Like, I had no idea that it's like you're paying like a hotel every day. And it's like, you would think that it would be the other way around, and it's not. It's like you're building debt before you even get started. So I want to try to help as many as I can, with the daily life, with the opportunity to write and everything. So if you have any like-minded individuals that want to get the books out there, I don't care if it's a poetry book, I don't care if it's a cookbook, whatever that leads them to write, get it out and have an opportunity to allow others to see your work, So with that being said, I want to take one short break, and then we're going to come right back with a reflection, okay? So just hold on the line. This is the spot for new hot authors who are given the opportunity to shine. Each Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will showcase a new author here at the Literary Lounge. We are taking out the time to give all of our literary friends an opportunity to showcase their work. The New Author Spotlight is a platform that allows us to ask up to 10 questions or more to give you, the audience, the most in-depth current information about each writer in their literary piece. We will have a new guest every week. Stay tuned. All right, guys, this is your girl, Destinee D, and we are still live on WTLR Radio, and you are listening in to the Literary Lounge. And today's date is December 29, 2018, and we have a young man by the name of Julian Ferguson on the show. And I wanted to say, that I really applaud him for doing what he's doing, actually taking out the time to put his writing down on paper, getting involved with the publishing aspect and allowing others to read his work, because this book is really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it as I edited it, and I think that it was really mind-blowing. Like, you really have to have an open mindset, and then it's like you're getting these big chunks of information, and then it's like as you make your way towards the end of the book, it's like these big puzzle pieces start coming together, and then you have this big aha moment at the very end. So it's like you really should take out the time to read his new book called Two Faces. It is really, really good. So I wanted to give him an opportunity to plug everything he needs to plug one more time. If you have any shout-outs that you want to give, or anything that you want anybody else to know, you can do so now, because this is like a reflection time, and we normally do that towards the close of the show. I know that you shout out at your mom. This is just a formality, just in case if somebody's coming in on the latter part of the show. So it gives you an opportunity to give those good tidbits right at the end, to make them want to rewind and catch the rest of the show. So if you have anything that you'd like to say, now's the time.
Yes, this one last reflective thought that I would like to say before you close off the show is that, we all go through things in life. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, and it is the wisdom that we get out of it that is going to make us a better person. Even if we started at the bottom, and we always can find a way to get out of that situation that we are in, even if it looks dire. And at that then, when I was younger, I didn't see a lot of the things that I've seen now. But in the process of me doing the time that I've done, I've been incarcerated now 17 years. But in the time of doing time, I was able to grow on a mental, emotionally, and spiritual level to the point to where I have a better understanding of who I am, what I'm supposed to be doing in life. So when I see or hear individuals going through similar situations, I can give them wisdom that was neglected and given to me at the time. So it has been a learning process for me, and it makes me feel good as an individual, as a human being, that I'm able to help individuals who are in the same boat that I was in. And in writing this story, this Two-Faced Saga story that I have written, it is kind of that journey too, showing through each book that how individuals can grow either for the better or they can grow for the worse. Life is all about the choices that you make. Life is all about accepting the consequences and being accountable for the choices that you make. Everyone knows right from wrong. Some of our situations that we are in, we may have to do things that we don't like, and sometimes we just have to bite down on the bullet and just accept certain facts of life. Life is going to give obstacles and hurdles to you. There's no such thing as a smooth sailing path to life for anyone, regardless of what they may say. So this is just something that I usually reflect on when I wake up, I go to sleep. I reflect on it. Before I go to sleep, I reflect on what did I do today. What did I do today to make someone else's life better or make my life better? So these are things that I do while I'm back here with my fellow incarcerated brothers that's back here. That is like mine within this Lifers program that we are part of back here, about making a change with themselves and to show the people on the outside world at the same time that we're not just idly sitting back here and doing nothing. We are doing things that making a difference for ourselves and to get the negative stigmatism that people have on people that's incarcerated. So these are just a few words of enlightenment and encouragement to people that's out there, that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. No matter how dark it may seem, no matter how many hurdles may get thrown at you, there's always the light at the end of the tunnel. Just have to continue having faith and believe that things will work out for the better.
That's an awesome way to reach out to brothers like yourself. I'm actually glad that you had the opportunity to put other brothers up on game and try to get them with the same mindset, or possibly thwart them from doing something that would get them in a similar situation. Like we would always hope that, no one was incarcerated. So to give them the opportunity to get the information now to steer them in the right direction, that's a blessing. To be a bigger brother and to tell them, what awaits them on the other side of that wall, to keep them from doing things without thinking first. I encourage anyone who is listening to this message to, feel how it is from the person's perspective who is there. We have a lot of brothers who are behind those walls. Some, due to systematic reasons, injustice, false imprisonments, wrongful accusations or accusations. There's a lot of individuals who are there that don't want to be there, that should not be there. So I definitely do send my heart out to you guys, because I know that it's definitely a difficult place to be, and I hope and pray that, those who have the opportunity to write do write, and get that stuff out there. I've noticed that a lot of the guys who do write from inside do tend to stick towards the urban realm because that's what they know. But I also encourage those who have that intellectual side, that right, to go beyond that, to right. Give readers the opportunity to hear beyond the reason of why you're there, to broaden your horizons to the point to where you're actually branching off into a realm that nobody has touched before. Because it's so easy to write about the street. It's so easy to write about what landed them in their situation. It's so easy to bring what they endured to life. I mean, most people, you would want them to write about things that they know about personally. But I encourage those who have changed, or as they would say, reformed, to take the opportunity to build something brighter, not so negative. Take the opportunity to put something out there that the readers can enjoy, that's not based on death, drugs, and corruption. Because it's a lot more to life than that, and I know that dwelling on the things that got you put there is not something that you guys tend to want to do on a regular basis, nor do you want to have that left as your legacy. I mean, now some of you guys tend to think that it's kind of cool, but I believe differently. I believe that you should always want to put your best foot forward. You want to do as best you can.
Absolutely.
Make things positive. You want to turn around. You don't want to stay there. I mean, I know that's why you're there, but go beyond that. Build above that. Dream above that. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and give everybody the opportunity to find out where your books are again. If you can tell that again, that'd be great. Where they can find your books and how much it costs and stuff like that.
Okay, yes, once again, the name of the book is Two Faces, the Saga. You can find it on Barnes & Noble and Amazon for $19.99 and on Google Play for under $8.
Okay, great. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you for being on the show today. As I said before, this show would not even be one without you guys calling in and tuning in to be a part of it. I really want to thank you for that because I know it's very time sensitive when it comes to you guys. So to be able to be on the phone for an entire hour, that's awesome. So thank you so much for doing that for us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out the show. And I really enjoyed our talk today. Hopefully someone heard something that convinced them to give writing a shot. Hopefully those who can read will read. You got a lot of good stuff coming out in the near future, so we want to give them the opportunity to get your book so they'll be up on game when the next part comes out. So with that being said, you take care and
thank you.
Be
you too.
safe, okay?
You
All
too.
right. Oh, bye-bye.
You are live at the Literary Lounge with your host, Destinee D, bringing you the newest and the brightest of the literary world right to your ear hole. Every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in, listen up, and learn something.
All right, guys, we need you to tune in next week. It will be the new year, 2019, before you'll hear my voice again, unless there's another show that I may do. But next week we're going to have a young man by the name of James Wright III, and he's going to be on our show next Saturday. I believe it's January the 5th, 2019, so we look forward to that. So you guys make sure you tune in to his interview next week. Y'all be blessed.
This is the spot for new hot authors who are given the opportunity to shine. Each Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will showcase a new author here at the Literary Lounge. We are taking out the time to give all of our literary friends an opportunity to showcase their work. The New Author Spotlight is a platform that allows us to ask up to 10 questions or more to give you, the audience, the most in-depth current information about each writer in their literary piece. We will have a new guest every week. Stay tuned.
I don't mean to be so uptight, but my heart's been hurt a couple times by a couple guys that didn't treat me right. I ain't gonna lie, ain't gonna lie.
Alexa, play Meant to Be.
Okay.
If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. If it's meant to be, it'll be.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get access to over 50 million songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.